Hey gang, welcome back to the Friendly Confines. We're slowly growing this channel, aren't we? Before long, gonna have 50 subs. 50, yeah. We ought to throw like a giant house party here with like strippers and coke and Gary Busey and just go freaking crazy just to piss off all the channels with 1 million subs. So they'll be wondering how we did it. So anyways, I just wanted to first say thanks to all you early adopters and stockholders out there in the channel. Obviously, you guys are easily manipulated and I've sucked you in with garbage content so far. So you're probably wondering, this guy is such a train wreck. I can't help but watch to see it all go wrong. But for that, I really can't blame you. But it's just great to see a few people buying into the channel with some blind faith, hoping that things will get better. So while we're on that thought, I've been thinking seriously over the last couple of weeks about what kind of channel I want this to be and what direction I want it to go. And if you take a notice of the intro splashes on the front end and back end of the videos, I'm sure you did, you'll notice, that kind of more or less spells out the interests and the topics I want to hit on. But kind of in a much broader context, what kind of channel do I want this to be for all of us, and where's my angle going to come from? Well, after some thinking, I thought I'd just share sort of that mission statement with you. So I guess this will be my Jerry Maguire mission statement. So I guess it's easier to talk about what this channel won't be rather than what it will be, because I'm really focused on making it something different than what's already out there on YouTube. And there's a lot of stuff out there. And I'm like you, I like cars and tech and guns and manly things and a little bit of politics and red-blooded capitalism and all that stuff. But what rubs me the wrong way with a lot of the successful channels out there, they're just so damn pretentious and out of touch with normal people. And despite what some of you may think, and I can already hear you now, you're saying, yeah, I've seen this guy in like 5 videos so far, and he's pretty fucking far off from normal. He's got more baggage than an airline. But despite all that, the best way to describe me is the 10-year-old kid with posters of Porsches and Ferraris and Lamborghinis and Christy Brinkley on his bedroom wall. I mean, that was a long time ago. I'm not going to tell you my age, but if I did, it was a long time ago. And I am still that kid with those posters on the bedroom wall thinking, okay, that's just a poster. That can never be real. So if there's one thing I can promise you about the channel, it's this. There's not going to be any pretentiousness about it. I don't care what you have, what you drive, where you live, how you live, whatever. My life is no more or less important than anyone else's. And the things that I'm going to share with you will be just that. I'm going to be shared because I love sharing, not because I'm out to seek some sort of affirmation or approval from the peanut gallery or anything. So, and there are many channels out there, and we're talking like hugely popular channels, million subscriptions and stuff that talk about a lot of the things that we might get into here. But the problem I find with them is they don't relate to me. They have cool cars, I'm gonna have cool cars. They may have a cool watch, I may have a cool watch, but they've just like forgotten themselves over time, and they're just oblivious to that 10-year-old kid they once were looking up on those, they're on their bedroom wall looking at those posters and thinking that'll never be me. And I don't want to be that asshole, okay? I don't want to be another YouTube asshole with like a fancy surname or a gated driveway that just asks their viewers, whether they should I vacation in Bora Bora or Bangkok this Easter? Let me know in the comments. Should I buy the 1918 or the P1? What color should I get? Should I get the $40,000 Rolex or the Patek? Should I buy the beach house in Miami Beach or Malibu? And I understand that might be great entertainment for some, but it's just not a world and an attitude that I can buy into. You gotta understand. See, $20 is a lot of money to me. If I don't buy a pizza unless I have a coupon, okay? And if I can't find a coupon, I don't eat pizza. So, I just hate paying retail for anything. It's like I overpaid. I was just brought up that way. I mowed lawns when I was 10 or 11 to make money. I'd push a lawnmower up and down the street and cut people's yard for $10. And then my parents would drive me to the bank to deposit the money. I wasn't allowed to blow it on candy or video games or anything like that. So I've just always kind of naturally been a saver. It's just in my blood. So, maybe I'm cheap. I don't know. I'll take that label. But when you don't have a lot of money, one way to get out of that situation is just to save as much as you can. And so when I find a $5 bill in my pocket, I'm like that 10-year-old kid again, man. It just brings me back to when I was a kid, and that rush of feeling like you just hit the lottery, and it's just like all the money in the world. And when I was a kid, nobody, in my family had any interest in things like cars. My mother had a Mustang Fastback before I was born, and she had a Firebird after I was born. But they were like entry-level models. They weren't a big deal. They were kind of just transportation. Nobody in my extended family really had any curiosity with cars. And so, I was into that Miami Vice lifestyle I saw on TV, and I didn't have anybody to share it with. And all of my friends, none of them had parents with cool cars or anything like that. So it was kind of this fascination. I had to create my own world. And, to do that, I just did it through Hot Wheels and posters on the wall and model cars and stuff. But, just like seeing a Porsche or a Ferrari on a poster was like seeing a distant galaxy far away. I mean, normal people, at least the kind of normal people I'd been around, they didn't have a snowball's chance in hell of ever owning that type of stuff. So, my dream as a kid was just to see a Porsche or a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, just to see one. That was pretty much never, at least here in the Midwest. So getting a ride in one, are you kidding me? It's like, only way that would happen if it was like the Make-A-Wish Foundation came to my door or something. But I just, growing up, I didn't have a lot of, opportunities to see those kinds of things. And if you were, the same type of kid as me, then this channel, might be for you. So when I walk out here in the garage, to throw trash out or get something out of the freezer, almost without exception, I'll flip on the lights and just stare at these cars and stare at the garage for like 10 seconds and think to myself, okay, Chris, you're going to wake up tomorrow and it's all just going to be a dream and none of this is going to be here. To this day, I look around here and think, this must be somebody else's garage with somebody else's cars, because people like me drive like station wagons and Fords. And it just never gets old. It never does. And for some channels out there on YouTube, it just seems like that innocence has gotten lost. It's all about who can flash the most shiny shit in front of the camera and, who can, have a big, dick size contest and stuff. So what I know is this, others, they got far more than I do. Some have far less than I do, but no person could possibly ever be more fortunate than I am. So, what I have is excessive anyways. I get it. These are luxuries. These aren't needs. And, some of this stuff I'm going to share with you, and some of the other stuff owned by other people, it's just going to be from that 10-year-old kid's perspective. I'm still a kid. Look grown up, but I'm really the same person I was 25 years ago. I still have posters on the wall of cars. I still mix my ham and my mashed potatoes and my vegetables together on my Thanksgiving Day plate. I still see $10 in my wallet and think, my God, I'm going to eat good today. So the last thing I want, any viewer or subscriber out there of the channel to think is, hey, great, just another, YouTube asshole out there from the 1%, because that's not me. I live a frugal existence, believe it or not. I don't spend much money on things other than what you see here. I don't subscribe to Netflix. I don't go to the opera. I don't drink $200 bottles of wine. I rarely take vacations. It's a pretty simple existence. But I do work my ass off, and I live lean in all those other areas so I can enjoy the things that I can. And in the back of my mind, I'm just, I've got that fear that at some point the music is going to stop and none of this is going to be here anymore. That's just the 10-year-old kid in me reminding me that it's just all this what you see here is just smoke and mirrors. That's all it is. And the funniest, the funnest part about, and the funniest maybe about the whole circumstance is, and I mean this, is, taking these cars out and just, having somebody come up and talk to me about them, especially when they have kids, it's just seeing young kids' eyes get those big saucer eyes. Because when I was a kid, nobody brought a nice car around to, let me see it, never mind, take a ride in it or anything like that. They were just stodgy old farts and stuff. So if someone, comes up to me at the gas station, I'll talk to them for like 30 minutes about cars. It doesn't matter, because, it's all about the car, man. It's not about me. I'm pretty boring. So that's just kind of the rundown on how I want this channel to move forward, I guess. If, the 10-year-old kid in me is saying, holy crap, this is incredible. If you're the same type of person, then you get the same goosebumps when you see a cool car as you did when you were a kid, and this might be for you. Every time I come out here in a garage, it's the first. It's like the first time all over again. The thrill never gets old. It never gets watered down, and it doesn't get taken for granted. And so that's what I just want to convey to you, and that's how we're going to approach this channel. And I hope as we kind of just grow up together and bring more people in, everyone will come to appreciate, the unique way we're going to do things around here. We're just little kids playing with someone else's toys, man, until the music stops. So if you like this video, hit the thumbs up. If you wish I was an Arab Sheik and had a 918, you're probably gonna have to hit the thumbs down. But if you want to help me grow the channel, share it with your friends through the buttons below. If you're watching this channel for the first time, I know it's going against every moral fiber in your body, but try to hit the subscribe button and see how it goes for you. And you'll never miss an episode. Take care.